Hey guys, I want to go over the idea of energy and the different types of energy and what happens to energy as it changes forms, because we've already learned that energy doesn't disappear and you can't make new energy. It just recycles itself around the universe forever until the universe ends, basically. Um, so, what are those types of energy? What can it look like? And when we lose energy or think we've lost energy, where does it go? What happens there? So, it's a little shiny on the board, but you can see I have 10 types of energy behind me. So, the 10 types of energy are thermal, magnetic, sound, electrical, nuclear, light, also known as the electromagnetic spectrum, elastic, mechanical, gravitational, and then chemical. So we'll start with some of the more familiar ones. Like thermal is just a fancy word for heat. So you can get thermal energy from anything that produces or gives off heat. Candles, fires, the sun, a burner. When you're exercising, you're getting off heat. When the cells in your body are doing things, they're giving off heat. When a car runs and an engine runs, it's giving off heat. So that's all thermal energy. Magnetic energy might seem a little obvious to you, like everyday magnets, but actually, um, the universe is filled with magnets, right? If you were to take a compass and hold it, the little red arrow on the compass always points toward magnetic north, not true north, but magnetic north, because the Earth has magnetic poles, both north and south. So the way the solar system and planets and gravity are interacting, as well as the kind of materials that solar bodies are made of, that can create magnetism. So that's actually a very big force in the universe. There's the sound energy, which you're probably familiar with, electrical, and that could be in the form of electricity that we've harnessed and is flowing, electrons flowing through wires, or it could be something more natural like lightning. And you guys have probably heard of nuclear energy, right? You've probably heard of nuclear power plants or nuclear bombs, but most people don't understand what nuclear energy is. Technically, nuclear energy is just the nucleus of an atom. So atoms make up, they're the building blocks of the universe. Everything is made of atoms. And in the middle, they have a nucleus. And that nucleus is surrounded by electrons. So if you separate or pull apart, break apart that nucleus in the center of an atom, it creates an enormous burst of energy. So nuclear energy is breaking apart the nucleus of an atom. And that is a phenomenal amount of energy that it produces. There's also light, which is also known as the electromagnetic spectrum. So that's the visible light that we can see as humans. It's also UV light, X-rays, gamma rays, all sorts of different types of light that we can't necessarily detect with our eyes, but that other animals or instruments can. Elastic energy would be like if I have a slinky and I pull it all the way out and then I let it go, it comes back together. That's elastic energy. Same with a spring or a rubber band or a bow and arrow or a slingshot, right? Mechanical energy is sort of the energy of machines, like physical parts moving together. It's sort of the energy of motion. Gravitational, you're familiar with. Why do things fall to the earth? Gravity. And then chemical, which is another misunderstood type of energy. Chemical energy you get when you pull apart molecules. So if I were to pull apart the hydrogen and the oxygen that make up H2O or water, there's really strong energy holding those atoms together to make a molecule. And if you break them apart, you get energy. That energy we find in all sorts of fuels. That means like hamburgers and french fries and pizza. It means literal fuel like fossil fuels or coal. If you burn a candle, that candle gives off heat energy. It gives off light energy. But the way it gets those types of energy is from the chemicals that are being burned or broken apart in the wax. So these are your 10 types of energy. And I want you to remember these 10 types of energy as we're talking about how energy cycles through an ecosystem and through the universe. So feel free to research them. Feel free to take notes and write them down so you're familiar. But just know that all energy in the universe recycles, and it's always going to take one of these forms. All right. Bye, guys.